Good morning, Hive fans, and welcome to today's video where I help you play Hive like a champion. This is another live stream from the HiveGame.com Open versus round 4. Table 2, this is two of the top players in the world, two of the top players in the tournament. Quodlibet, 4-time world champion, against famous YouTuber and young up-and-coming player OrdepCubik. So OrdepCubik is from Spain, and Quodlibet, of course, is from South America, from Chile. One of the members of the team champions this year. Tamanduas, the South American anteaters. So we're looking forward to a really, really good match today. OrdepCubik is in the homepage already, waiting for Quodlibet to show up. There's a lot of players in the homepage today. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of players joining to watch. Hopefully, you'll be joining as well on the YouTube channel for the live broadcast today, not just the replay. Hopefully, I won't have the same type of, I want to say mechanical issues, but they're not mechanical issues. They're software, computer, internet issues that I had yesterday. I have to do some experimenting on it. I cannot turn the speaker on and off without creating problems, is what it seemed yesterday. And I have my little cheat sheet here so that if they decide to play game 2, how I can restart the analysis window from scratch, because I haven't yet been able to figure out an easy way to do that. So it's still a work in progress, constantly learning here. This old guy is really not set for all this newfangled internet, YouTube, OBS studio, uh, technological stuff. But I'm trying to struggle through to help you guys learn how to play Hive like a champion. So I'm looking at a couple different things here. I do have one viewer on already. Remember, there is a 3-minute delay. So what you see and what you hear would be slightly delayed. So we're still in the homepage looking for Quodlibet to show up. OrdepCubik is here. So we'll get started as quickly as possible. We had a very, very busy day yesterday. That's Thursday the 15th. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches played yesterday. Louise beat Euclix in a very exciting one early in the day to win that match 2-zip. That was also one of the top tables. Rick Dog beat Lord Potato. Optozorax beat Dry Copper, but Optozorax might be dropping out of the tournament. We're still waiting for a final determination from him. Victorious Dandy beat Smash Knight 2-0. Nikolai beat Marchuka 2-0. Ant-Man beat Yaku 2-0. Relaxing Orc and Night Owl tied at 1-1. And Dr. Bees beat Niles in game 1 of their tournament. So today we've got a busy day scheduled as well. Six matches scheduled. We have this one. And then in about 30 minutes, Lidori 4 will be playing Marco 60 in game 2. And I may be able to open that one and just let it run while we're broadcasting. Then later in the afternoon, Emer Hutton versus 3 Nasty, Hive 2 versus P. Capella, Kess versus VC Fool, and Hive Spider versus Apollo Q. So busy day today here at HiveGame.com. And oh, my opponent for tomorrow, Tarakanishchi, the Russian cockroach, is also online today. He and I are scheduled to play at, let's see, 8 o'clock my time. That would be 12 o'clock UTC tomorrow morning. Oh, and of course there is a Buy Me a Coffee page. And of course, don't forget, I do have a link down below for the bookcase containers for Hive. You've got the pocket one and the full-size regular one. I don't get any money from from you purchasing it, but if you link down below, my friend Elena and Landon have an Etsy store where they make parts and pieces for games, and they decided to start making that bookcase box. So it's a very nice idea. So you can stick your Hive game up on the bookcase. So we're still waiting to see if the game is going to start. It is a few minutes away yet. And I want to keep an eye out on the homepage. Been some very exciting Hive played over the last couple of weeks, and we've got, this is round 4 of an 8-round Swiss. So we've got another 6 weeks of Hive for the Hive Game Open. And of course, then the top 24 finishers in this tournament will be invited to the World Championship later on in the year to join up with the top 8 from last year. Rumor has it that one of them might not be playing this year, so we might end up with 25 coming from this tournament. Quodlibet has joined, so let's see if we can keep an eye on to make sure that we get started just as soon as they do. So we'll get the review room open. There is the review room we'll be using. Look to see how many people we've gotten. We've got 4 people on already. Hara Baburel, good morning and welcome. And I want to keep an eye out. I don't think it. Hopefully he's going to leave a message on my company phone. I've been working from home now for over 5 years. It's really nice not having to commute. My health is such that I don't know that I could, well, there's no way that I could commute in and go to work. So, okay, very good. We are waiting for the match to start. My review window is open. I'm keeping an eye out on the OrdepCubik page here to try to keep an eye on. We don't want to miss anything from this exciting match. Okay, they have opened the window and gotten started. So here we go. Quodlibet versus OrdepCubik. Game 1, round 4 of the Hive Game Open. Quodlibet, of course, is the 4-time world champion and a member of the Tamanduas, the South American Anteaters, the team champion for twice. And we're waiting for them to get started. This is interesting. The display is different from this point. So let me back to home, and if I don't see the game started yet, so looks like it has started. It's not good. I do not like these. Oh, I can't believe we're having another issue here. I don't know why this is not. They are playing and I can't see it. They are moving way along and I can't see it. That's not a good thing. Okay, we finally got up and going here. So let's see if we can figure out what's happened. Both players up started with ladybugs. This is the same thing that happened yesterday. I don't know what's going on, people. Same thing happened yesterday. I'm going to have to. Maybe it is overcoming my the ability of my computer. I don't know. So while Christian is thinking, let me see if I can get this. Okay, we might have it open now. So let's very quickly play through here. Both players open with ladybugs. Let's see, Quodlibet is playing white. He plays the ant, followed by the mosquito, very common open. Okay, looks like we're caught up. Very common opening. Okay, so let's go back here for a second and take a look at my streaming. We've got 7 people. We only have 1. Make sure you say hello. Give me some greetings. Give me some chat time there. YouTube loves that. Okay, so hopefully we are up and going. There's a very common opening here, and Quadlibet is excellent about taking his time early, thoroughly thinking of the situations. So some of his options he could play. He could bring in a mosquito. If he's worried about black attacking early with the black mosquito, he may play the pill bug into an anti-spawn defense here. So I would guess more than likely the three options would be playing a little bit of defense by putting the pill bug here, putting the ladybug in this position, or possibly bringing an ant in uh, and checking to see if Ordep, that's Pedro, is going to pin that ant. We've got 9 people watching this morning. Welcome. Glad to have everybody here. Make sure you drop me a note. Let me know who you are, where you're from. And if this is your first time, or are you a regular viewer? YouTube loves it when there's chat and interaction between me and you. So my prediction is going to be the mosquito right there. And for whatever reason, and well, he didn't put it there. He put it here. Right bug, wrong spot. Now let's see if we can predict what Ordep is going to play. He could play some defense by bringing in the pill bug. He could bring it in here with a true anti-spawn defense, or he could bring it in here, which does a couple different things. One is it gives pill bug power to the mosquito, but it also sets up the possibility of this becoming a pin-proof spawn point. So my prediction is going to be the pill bug to that spot. So Andrea Santoline says hello, welcome, Andrea. And Ben Harris, world champion Ben Harris, plays under the name SP Fish or Surprise Fish. Christian is thinking in the open as he always does. He is well known for taking time in the opening. And of course, Ben Harris is the reigning world champion, and looking forward to defending that in the upcoming World Championship. The Hive Online World Championship also going to be played here at HiveGame.com later in the summer. And of course, we can't mention the fact that we're playing at HiveGame.com without saying thanks to Dave Dyer, who is the administrator at BoardSpace.net, which is also a good place to play Hive online and has been for years and years. The tournaments have always been over there, but with this specific Hive website designed specifically for Hive by Hive players, this is where we're all moving over to. And of course, my goal today, one of you out there is going to give me a super chat. And if you give me a super chat, you can help support my channel, and I will in turn make a contribution to the developers at HiveGame.com. So Pedro's in a bit of a think here as well. So let's see what he's going to do. So that's the I think that's the most likely spot for him to bring in a bug. About ready to put in a fisherman's friend cough drop. Okay, let's see. We got a comment here. Somebody? The other thing is, though, I don't know if Ben is watching live. Because remember, there is a 3-minute delay. Ben made the observation that this is a somewhat rare move, and I have no idea if it's good. Now, both of these players are seriously looking at the here in the opening early stages. And of course, we're all waiting for four-time world champion Joe Schultz to release his second book in the Canon of Hive trilogy, Opening Theory. I've had an opportunity to look at a almost complete ready to print edition. It will be exciting. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm working on a standard Hive opening encyclopedia. The shoe designation is going to be modified somewhat from the current standard to more closely match with Joe's research and study in his book. And of course, I'm still diligently working on Hive ring theory. Lone Badger, thank you very much. Danke. Greetings from Germany. I'm watching your streams and videos since 2020. Learned a lot that's improved my own game. I am in Florida, east coast of the United States, so I am UTC -4. So it is a beautiful Friday morning here. We're hoping to get some rain later in the day. We can really use the rain, believe me. Okay, this is very interesting. He brought in a spider. Now, sometimes when you bring in a spider next to your own, in fact, I'm going to go over here and answer this. Daytona Beach, Florida, USA, UTC -4. Now, what's interesting about this spider placement is the mosquito doesn't have as many options as it would if it were next to an ant. So you can see that this mosquito doesn't have the options to move around as much. So it will be interesting to see what Christian comes up with here. And I've got to remember to make this the main line. We've got to try to keep up here. So what are some of Quodlibet's options? I did a poll earlier on one of my live streams asking where should I make the announcement. So I've been trying very hard to make an announcement on Discord, and it seemed to be working. We had up to 12 people, down to 9 now. So let's see some of the options that Quodlibet may have. If he places the ant here, which would give ant power to the mosquito, if black elects to pin that ant, then white can move in probably to here, but then black would probably just cap it off. So that would be one possibility. If the ant were to come there. Another possibility might be to place the pill bug there. Then if the spider moves, well, see, that's probably not a good possibility. This is a very good move, I think, by OrdepCubik, because it's forcing the white mosquito to do something. If the white mosquito moves, well, then that series of moves would not be good for white, because white would end up without having the pill bug in play. Got to try to remember where we are in the uh, analysis window. So what if white were to place the pill bug and black pins the mosquito? What does white do from here? It bring in problem is if he brings in an ant, it could immediately get pinned. So I guess we're just going to have to wait to see. Okay, so Quodlibet is again in a deep think. Timing, of course, for these matches are 20-20, meaning we have 20, each player start with 20 minutes, get 20 seconds added per turn. And that may seem like a lot, but these top level players have a tendency to spend some time in thinking. And then it can get very, very exciting at the very end. In fact, sometimes they move so fast it's hard for me to keep up. Quodlibet's approaching the 7.5 minute mark. Let's take a quick look at a different. What if he plays the beetle to there? be interesting. Well, let's see where if the spider went. That would be an interesting set of moves. So what if he plays the beetle there, which would be threatening? If he plays an ant there, okay. That was one of my thoughts. And of course, by playing the ant there, the mosquito gains ant power. He's offering a sacrifice of that ant, but this would be a false pin, which might free that ant later. So nope, he goes ahead and pins the mosquito. And then I'm going to guess that he's going to probably, oh no, he attacks with the ant. Interesting, okay. I was about to say that he was going to more likely pin the mosquito. Of course, now one of the 6 ways to qualify for the win is to choke the queen and keep the pill bug from coming into play. So white is not in danger of that happening, because even if the black mosquito, okay, so he brings in an ant. And then the white pill bug comes in. Okay, so the white pill bug does a couple different things. One is, of course, it's in position to defend the queen, but it also provides pill bug power to that adjacent mosquito. And black has two, excuse me, two ant or ant equivalents with the ant and the mosquito. So white cannot successfully do a 2 beetle attack, because the 2 beetles coming in can both get pinned. So I would guess that another ant is going to come in to give black a distinct advantage and lead in the ant game. That's what I'm going to predict. So let's see if there's any other options. If black moves the mosquito, then white can begin the 2 beetle attack, and black would only have one top of hive bug. I'm sorry, one ant equivalent to stop the top of hive bugs. Well, that would be an interesting scenario there. So let's see how Pedro is going to respond to this. My guess would be bringing in the third ant. So if he does bring the third ant, how does four-time world champion Quodlibet respond to that? Let's see if we put a spider here. Yeah, you don't want to bring in an ant, probably an ant somewhere like that. But the problem is if you bring in the ant, that will allow the mosquito. So black could cap off the white ant, which would do two or three different things. One is it would keep ant movement for the mosquito, would stop the white ant from being used as a spawn point for new bugs, and it would open up this spot for the placement of the black pill bug. But would white spend a tempo to do that, keeping the black pill bug out of play? Maybe. So both of these players are having a tendency to spend some time in these early going. And I've always made the comment that you can't win the game in the opening, but you can sure lose it. So I think they're probably both looking for, okay, he did bring in the other ant. So let's see if I can go back to here. That would have been my guess. So my prediction is the spider here, or possibly getting a grasshopper here to get an anti-spawn defense. Those would be my two guesses. So what do you think? A quick look to see if there's anybody chatting. There is nobody chatting on Hive Game. Let me see if the other tournament match might be going on right now. Whoops, what happened there? So Lidori 4 and Marco 60 may be playing shortly. So let me see if I can take a peek over there and see what's going on with them. Okay, I do believe that the other match between Lidori 4 and Marco 60 may be starting soon. So I'll try to keep an eye on that. If I see some action over there, I'll turn the window on. And Christian is in another deep think down to approaching the 2-minute mark. So we're going to see some exciting Hive here going on. Okay, Lidori 4 and Marco 60 have started. So let's get that window hiding down in the corner. Okay, interesting. And this is where I tried to click off the sound and created all kinds of issues. So I'm going to leave the sound on. So you're going to hear both games clicking. Dory 4 and Marco 60 are playing very quickly. Let me see if I can find out who won the first game between them. It was a draw. The Dory 4 and Marco 60 were a draw. Okay. Now, this is very interesting because what is Black going to do here? White is in our game here between OrdepCubik and Quodlibet. White has gone totally aggressive. If left in their position, is White going to warp the ladybug away? The Dory 4 and Marco 60 are playing quite rapidly. Okay, back to our top game here. So OrdepCubik, Pedro's under 6 minutes. Interesting. Is he going to take a moment to get play some defense? He could move the mosquito. That would definitely restrict White's options because with this huge lead in the ant game, anything White would bring in would immediately get pinned. So that's what I'm going to predict. And I was wrong. Doesn't surprise me. White beetle comes in, and then black brings in the pill bug. Is he giving up the... Oh, that's interesting because uh, the pill bug could be warped to there. No, if the white ladybug goes to here, nope, that's not what happened. So now what's interesting is, yes, if white can fill this spot, white jumps over to fill that spot. Interesting. So Quodlibet obviously had a plan, and that plan is coming into fruition. But the question is he going to run out of spawn points? What's interesting also is if the black ant moves, then the white mosquito can warp the spider. I would think that black is going to want to anchor down this spider. Okay, and he did. He anchored down the spider with the beetle. Arima Bav, thanks for joining this morning. And sometimes you're forced to sacrifice here, which might be what Quodlibet is forced to do. We're running it, getting down into the time crunch on both players. OrdepCubik just passed the 4-minute mark. Quodlibet is down to 140. I think I need to turn my phone off. I think I'm going, that's my company phone. I think I'm going to set my sounds mute, temporary mute for 1 hour. Okay, Ben Harris says 18 black mosquito, white pill bug to the right was better. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Now, white is seriously running out of spawn points. His only spawn points are out here, but that might not be too bad because a grasshopper spawned here. If black's options to pin it would be with either of these, and although the pill bug could go to there, he could spawn a, okay, that's what he did, spawn a grasshopper out here. And I'm going to have to pay very close attention here. Probably not going to be able to do much of other lines explored because when I do, I get into problems. Let's go over here to Lidori 4 and Marco 60. So black's three options, I would think. His two beetles are way out of attack position, so the only way black is going to win this is going to be long term. My guess is the pill bug slides to here. Nope, he pins it with this ant, freeing that ant. Now, oh, Quodlibet is down to 25 seconds, so he's going to have to do something quickly. He could bring the ant to here, Okay, the beetle covers out there. That helps out quite a bit because it gives multiple new spawn points. So white has qualified for the win by covering the pill bug. I'm not going to be able to comment about much. Of course, now the grasshopper's not aiming to take the setup shot because that would free the mosquito. So white is threatening to take the setup shot with the ant, and then we have a grasshopper crossfire. Both grasshoppers aimed for here, and of course, if this ant moves away, then a bug placed there would free the ladybug. So this is an excellent example of a well thought out attack by Quodlibet. And I'm trying to keep the Marco 60 Lidori 4 game available. Victorious Dandy, greetings. Thanks for joining. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 is threatening to pin that grasshopper. Quodlibet's down to 30 seconds. I'm going to guess the beetle's going to climb forward. No, the ant goes ahead and attacks. Okay, yeah, that's because now that forces white. And then the grasshopper to here. And the only thing that can stop the grasshopper from once the grasshopper jumps to there. And of course, black can't make the ring because that would free the grasshopper. Congratulations, Quodlibet. I don't think there's a defense. And Ladori 4 just attacked. Okay, let's see what did. Oh, interesting. Very interesting series of moves there. Look at the beetle stack. Now all white has to do is get a bug in. All white has to do is take the setup shot, and the beetle will take the kill shot. And white can if a bug gets to here, the ladybug is free to move over. Congratulations, world champion Quodlibet, playing white. Wow, that was it. And this is one of those very, very good examples. Ben Harris made a comment about it in the chat room that Quodlibet has the ability to spend some time in the opening, no doubt thinking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moves ahead, looking at the possibilities, and that's exactly what happened here. Black controlled the outside of the hive, but it was not enough. Wow, what a game. Okay, so we're going to turn these two windows off. Let's go back to see if they're going to play again. Okay, I am going to see if I can. Woohoo! I figured it out. I got the analysis window open again. I want to try to keep an eye on that. Let's take a quick look over here at Ladori 4 and Marco 60. Neither player has qualified for the win yet. This is critical. This is the beetleless game. Okay, OrdepCubik is still in the room. Quodlibet has left, so they are going to probably not play a second game today. So this might be our second game of the day. So let's see, it is 9:30. I am going to have to get to work here shortly. So well, Pedro says I'm not good anymore. No, Pedro, you are still very good. That's the 4-time world champion. Okay, I think I am going to have to get to work and end the stream today. I wish I could stick around to see Marco 60 and Ladori 4. That looks like a very exciting game. Neither player has brought in any beetles yet. Neither player has qualified for the win. Both players have pillbugs in good defensive positions. But work calls. I'm going to have to get to work. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me today. Buy me a coffee link down below. Click on that super chat. Make a contribution through YouTube. That would be very helpful to my channel. And also, if you do a super chat, I will make a corresponding contribution to the developers at hivegame.com. They are Hive players that are doing this. I am certain they're doing this out of the goodness of their heart because I doubt very seriously they're making any money on it. And right now, the promise is, and hopefully it'll always stay this way, that HiveGame.com will always be free. No ads, no charge, no pay extra to get anything special. So, welcome. Thank you again for watching today. Be watching for my next live stream. If you haven't already, check the link down below to the Discord server. I will be making announcements on the Discord server as, okay, Frasco makes the comment, Quodlibet's not world champion 4 times by mistake. That's absolutely true, Frasco. So thanks again for watching. As always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.